Welcome back. This is Billy with Coach Dooley's List. And once again, if you're enjoying these coaching videos, please like and subscribe to the YouTube page. I am here today at Oconee County High School with Coach Yauck, the head wrestling coach. And Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to meet with us today.
Thank you for coming down.
So, we're here in the science. I told you, I don't know that I've met with any coaches that are science teachers. That doesn't happen often, but I love it.
It's a unicorn. It's rare.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, tell us, everybody, a little bit about, your coaching journey, how you ended up here at Oconee.
This is year 25 for me coaching.
Oh, wow.
I was, my father was a coach, coached at Dublin High School for a long time. And after I got out of college, I decided I wanted to get into coaching. So my student teaching year, I coached at Cedar Shoals and student taught there. And then I went to Oglethorpe for 1 year and coached football and wrestling at Oglethorpe. And I came back to Cedar Shoals for 3 years and did football and wrestling at Cedar. And then since then, for the last 20 years, I've been at Oconee County.
That's awesome. And so, in your couple of coaching stops before getting here, and obviously been here for a long time, and, sometimes coaching philosophies change, but what is it you want your Oconee County wrestling program to be known for?
I just want the kids to grow into good young men and women and be productive members of society. I mean, we've had luck with quite a few kids going off and wrestling in college, and I love for them to go off and wrestle and chase down their dreams. But at the end of the day, it's not really about that. It's just having them grow and develop and turn into good young men and women.
I agree. I think that's an answer we get from a lot of coaches, but I think it's definitely true. You want to be able to see them later on down the road. And, so in all those years, you've had a lot of kids go on to college, and you've had, obviously a bunch that didn't too, but, you've got a lot of stories probably to tell. So what's a coaching story that just kind of comes to mind that makes you smile or makes you laugh or anything?
There's quite a few, and literally until just now, I thought I was probably going to tell a different story.
Tell them both.
I had a wrestler who's getting married next month, and I'm trying to figure out how to go up to North Carolina and be at his wedding. Invited me, and he's one that I still make fun of him about it to this day, but he came out as wrestling. The freshman, never wrestled before, and weighed maybe 80 pounds soaking wet. And we didn't have a 103 at the time. We didn't have a 103, so he got thrown into the starting lineup. The only wins he got that year were forfeits. And every other time he got brutalized, but he stuck with it. Sophomore year got better. Junior and senior year was state finalist, and then wrestled at NC State.
Oh, wow.
And, he, like I said, 80 pounds when he started it. Became a D1 college wrestler after all that. But just because I've been talking to him today about plans for the wedding, it came to my mind, that story. That was a good one. I mean, we've had tons of kids come through here that make impressions on you. I don't know, team-wise, this video still circulates around the internet from time to time, but we were in the state semifinals against Toombs County in state duels, and it came down to the last match, and we had to have a pin to win, and somehow somebody had a camera on our bench, and we got the pin, and the whole place erupted in the middle, making Coliseum and pretty loud. And that one comes across my timeline every once in a while, or somebody tags me in it because it just so happens to see me trying to jump up and down, which I wasn't getting very high off the ground, but I was excited. So that one always kind of pops back in my head too.
Well, I think I might have seen that one before.
That's been around the internet a bunch. So,
well, wrestling season's coming up. So let me guess, and going back to trying to figure out how to get up to the wedding, is the wrestler getting married during wrestling season?
Right before. He's smart enough not to do that. So end of September. So it's he'll have it in before wrestling gets going in middle of October. So
that's good thinking on his part.
That's right.
It's kind of like when you have to plan things around Georgia football.
That's right.
Around here, for sure. So listen, if one of those guys come back, and you clearly, keep in touch with your former wrestlers and probably students and stuff too. So if one of them, or if anybody ever came to you and said, "Coach, I want to be a head coach one day," what piece of advice would you give them?
Well, without trying to toot my own horn, I've actually had to have that conversation several times recently.
That's awesome.
I think right now there's 4 or 5 coaches in the state of Georgia that came through Oconee's program.
That's really cool.
Cody Knight up at Central Carrollton wrestled for me here, and Jason Miller, who's at he just moved schools. He's at dang, I can't think of the name of the school now. It's a private school in Atlanta, but he's the head coach up there, and a few others as well. But so Corey Collins is down at Oglethorpe now. So we've had some people get into the coaching ranks and stuff, and I try to talk to them, and I actually have a cheat sheet. I've had it since my first day as a head coach, but it's a list of dates and what to do by what date. So by the end of October, you should have all this done. By the end of November, you should have all this done. And I usually share that with them. I'm like, here, this is a good reminder of things you need to get done by certain dates or whatever. I talk to them about, at the end of the day, they're probably not firing you for your record as a wrestling coach. You're a teacher first. Make sure you're getting it done in the classroom. That's what they're going to renew you or not renew you on. And then we may talk about X's and O's and what, how to run your program and stuff like that. But that's the main conversations we have.
You could probably sell that list.
That's right.
And that's one too. I see a lot of stuff on the internet, just suggestions for coaches, and that's what a lot of them talk about for sure. And now I have to ask you this: when on there, what's the date when you have to order singlets and stuff for the next year?
That's not even, well, I say that there's a bullet on there of get all your orders in. So that's
Right.
usually try to have, depending on what it is, I try to have pretty much everything in by September or October. But
Right.
yeah, I literally print that list out every year, put it by my desk, and as I accomplish stuff, check it off. And I check it weekly, at least till Christmas. Usually when you get to Christmas, it's fairly smooth sailing by that point. You've got most everything done.
When you know this too, the longer you do it, the more you think you got everything. So having that list to check off for sure, because you don't want to turn around and go, what happened? But
Thought you did it and you didn't do it.
Yep. And so again, and all those checklists, obviously, dealing with vendors and stuff, that's the big idea behind the website is trying to hook coaches up with people they enjoy working with. So who's somebody you would shout out that you've worked with that you would recommend to other coaches?
As far as singlets and team apparel stuff goes, I've always been a compound sportswear guy. Cliff Fretwell, I've known him for a long time. They do a great job, and singlets are always nice, and the designs are top notch. So I've always enjoyed them. And fundraising wise, we've used Adrenaline Sports with Mike James. He's raised us a lot of money, so I've appreciated him. And we started working with Baker Sports this year as a high school, and seem to be doing a good job. I haven't had a lot of interaction with them yet, but seem to be good.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
Well, awesome, Coach. Well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you got to get back to teaching and stuff,
That's right.
but thank you so much and good luck this season.
Thank you for having me.